Houston Texans. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
That's our own 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's get this. Let's go. Kill. Zebra. Turn it up. Shoot.
Now Wilson on first down. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27.
That's good for the Texans. First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line.
56, the mic, boy. 56. We ain't giving up. Go. Tempo.
Now it's Wilson. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Bandit. Slam. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
And that was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And he's got his man Hilton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Forced out to his left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Got it. Check. Tighten up.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Alert. He don't want it. Switch. Come on. Check 3. Back.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
14, Friday. Check 24. Go 14. Alert 3. Big gas.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. The open man is Westbrook. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
35-yard attempt.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Wait, 29. Alpha. Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Walk twins. Walk twins. Hey,
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. He finds an opening past the 40. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tevin Coleman. 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Texans take over first and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Wilson throwing again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
First and 10. 46-yard line.
Hey, what's that? Hey, what's the ball? Check 24. Check 24. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Switch. Go 14. Wide. Get wide.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Escaping the pressure right. Incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Tight right. Hey, 4 down. 12. 57's the mic. Rock 57. I got one. 12. Hey, alert. Check 49. Check 39.
Now Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Wilson's pass. Intended for D.D. Westbrook. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Margus Hunt able to take him down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Coleman now. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21.
Hey, set, wide, 20. Good trap, good trap. Wide, 20, hut. Switch it, switch it. Shadow. Hey, wahoo.
Shotgun now for Brady. Going up top. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run, 2nd and 7.
36 power. 36. Hey. Saturday. Watch 24. Good guys, 4 down.
To throw is Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The sack by Robert Quinn.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Tuck 50. 1 left.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42.
26 yards. And the Texans first down.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. He's checking. He's choking. Check 52. SOS.
On first down, Mixon. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
That's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out. Before he knew it, he had hit the sideline. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
There. Check. Lucky. Alert.
Throwing is Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on fourth down and 9.
Hey. Watch out. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Check safety.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. JPP cruising in for the sack that time. Oh, offensive nightmare there. You go for it on fourth, and the play doesn't even really get to develop a sack.
And it's so unfortunate, too, because you think you've got something good called, but if your offensive line can't hold up, that's often the result. They find it.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On second down, here's Mixon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Let's go, D. Friday. Jim. Go. Switch. Hey, watch it.
On third down, Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The tackle made there by Jared Davis. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Brady. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
when teams take shots at the end zone, you got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. Now, on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Hey, Delta.
From the gun on third down. Brady, he'll rifle. And this is going to be intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Good job right there. Good job right there. Check. Crunch. Crunch. Hey, alert. Check 4. Good touch.
After the interception, here's Wilson. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. So after the INT, it's Brady. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, Alpha. 25 to Mike. We got 25. 50.
Throwing again. Brady. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Brady. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. They'll run on first down. It's Coleman. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And an alley to run. Into the end zone. Oakland Raiders touchdown. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge it, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. Throwing again on second down. Wilson. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Wilson to throw. Airing it out deep for Woods. And that is incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Hey, set. 380. 25 to one. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. 53 now.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And going deep for Hill. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well.
else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
0-0.
Nixon will try the right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
50 to Mike. Watch one. Back. Go. 40. Check 24. Check 24.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. This is caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Easy. Defense, keep it up, guys. Good.
On the ground with a tight end. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Deion Sims, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-17. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The end result, 21 yards.
Wait, set. Right there. 54 miles. Ozzy. Regular.
Now Mostert. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
On second and 11 now. Brady to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Raiders on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is third and 11. Operating from the gun, Brady eluding the pressure right. That's caught. It's Coleman. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps...
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs. Right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Houston. D.D. Westbrook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, check. Hey, Alabama.
Here's Brady. That one complete to Hill. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Here's Mostert. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Up to make the stop, the Texans' leading tackler a year ago, Zach Cunningham.
Brings up third down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing is Brady on third down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The All-Pro Von Miller there defensively.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. You need to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
You have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Hey, alert. Check 26. Check 26.
On first down, Mixon. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Back to throw. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. And he missed it. Oh, would you believe it? It is no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Wait, that flag 20. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here.